But Venus, as a mother, takes alarm, and not in vain, noting the harsh uprising and threats of the Laurentians, and she turns to Vulcan in their golden wedding chamber, breathing celestial love into her words. While Argive kings were ravaging doomed Troy and towers fell before the fires of hate, I did not ask your help for my sad Trojans, or weapons made by your own art and power. I did not trouble you, my dearest husband, or make you work in vain, however much I owed to Priam's sons, however often I wept at the hard trials of Aeneas. But now, by Jove's command, he has landed on the coast of the Rutulians. Therefore I, who before asked nothing of you, come as suppliant, a mother for her son, to beg arms of the god whom I adore. The daughter of Nereus, she could sway you, and so could Tithonus' wife. They both used tears. Just see what nations join, what cities shut their gates and sharpen swords for me and mine. The goddess spoke, and as he hesitates, the snow-white arms on this side and on that, she warms him in a soft embrace. At once he caught the customary flame. Familiar heat reached into his marrow, riding through his agitated bones. Just as at times a streak of fire will rip through flashing thunder and race across the clouds with glittering light. His wife, rejoicing in her craftiness and conscious of her loveliness, sensed this. Chained to her by undying love, her lord says, "Why do you reach so far back for reasons? Where, goddess, has your trust in me gone? If you felt concern before, it would have been quite right for me to arm the Teucrians, for neither the all-able father nor the fates prevented Troy from standing, or King Priam from surviving 10 years more. And now if you prepare for battle, if this war is what you want, then I can promise whatever care is in my art. What can be done by fire and steel, by bellows and molten electrum. Now do not entreat me any more or put your powers in doubt." This said, he gave her the embrace she wanted. Then, stretched across the breast of Venus, he searched straight for tranquil sleep with all his body. The hour when early rest drives sleep away, when in the circle of the passing night the housewife, her first task to sustain life by weaving and Minerva's humble arts, awakes the embers in the sleeping fires, as she adds on the night to her day's work and keeps her housemaids toiling on at some long chore by lamplight, that her husband's bed be chaste, and that she raise her children well. Just so, and just as eagerly, the Lord of Fire rises up at that same hour from his soft couch to labor at the forge. Close by that side of Sicily where lies Aeolian Lipare, there rises high an island steep with smoking rocks. Beneath it a den with caves of Etna, hollowed out by forges of the Cyclops, roars. And pounding strokes echo, groaning on those anvils. Bars of Caleb's steel hiss through the caverns. Fire pants in those furnaces, the house of Vulcan. In that land's name, Vulcania. The Lord of Fire from heaven's height descended here. In that vast cave the Cyclops, Steropes, Paracmon, Brontes, naked, worked the forge. They shaped a bolt of thunder of the kind the Father often hurls from all of heaven down to the earth. A part was polished, but the rest was still unwrought. And they had added 3 shafts of twisting hail to it, and 3 of raining cloud, and 3 of ruddy lightning, and 3 of the south wind. Now they mixed in tremendous flashes, roarings, fear, and anger with persecuting flames. And in another corner of Vulcan's cavern they made ready a work for Mars, the chariot and flying wheels that he uses to wake men in cities, and polished eagerly the terrifying aegis, the weapon of the angry Pallas, with serpent scales and gold and intertwining snakes. On the goddess's breastplate there is Gorgon herself, her eyes turned toward her severed neck. But Vulcan bawls at them, "Stop all, I say, Cyclops of Aetna, haul off everything you are working on and turn your minds to this. You must make weapons for a brave man. Now you need your strength, your swift hands, all your art, and no delays." He said enough. At once they set to work, in equal parts allot the labor. Brass and gold ore pour in streams, and wounding steel is melted in the vast furnace, and now they shape a giant shield to stand alone against all Latin shafts, and plate it 7-ply, circle on circle. Some man the heaving bellows in its blasts, while others dip the hissing brass in troughs. The grotto groans beneath the mounted anvils. With great force each in turn lifts up his arms in cadence, wields the iron with gripping tongs.